The Port of Rotterdam is the largest port in Europe, located in the city of Rotterdam, Netherlands. From 1962 until 2004 it was the world's busiest port, now overtaken first by Singapore and then Shanghai. In 2011, Rotterdam was the world's 11th largest container port in terms of 20-foot equivalent units handled. In 2012, Rotterdam was the world's 6th largest port in terms of annual cargo tonnage. Covering 105 square kilometers, the Port of Rotterdam now stretches over a distance of 40 kilometers. It consists of the city center's historic harbor area, including Delfshaven, the Marshaven, Rijnhaven, Feyenoord complex, the harbors around Nieuw Mathenesse, Walhaven, Vondellingenplaat, Eemhaven, Botlek, Europort. Situated along the Holland Canal, Nieuwe Waterweg and the reclaimed Maarvlakte area, which projects into the North Sea. Rotterdam consists of 5 distinct port areas and 3 distribution parks that facilitate the needs of a hinterland with 40 million consumers. History. The Port of Rotterdam has a long history, stretching back into the 14th century. As the city of Rotterdam has developed from a small town into a major harbour city, the port has expanded. In earlier centuries, docks were built on the banks of the Nieuwe Maas River. In the 19th century, connections between Rotterdam and the North Sea were poor, with a large estuary, delta area with many small waterways between them. Ships had to sail around the island of Ornputten to go out to sea. This could take several days or even weeks. Nieuwe Waterweg. In the first half of the 20th century, the port's activities moved from the center westward towards the North Sea. To improve the connection to the North Sea, the Nieuwe Waterweg, a large canal, was designed to connect the Rhine and Meuse rivers to the sea. The Nieuwe Waterweg was designed to be partly dug, then to further deepen the canal bed by the natural flow of the water. Ultimately, however, the last part had to be dug by manual labor as well. Nevertheless, Rotterdam from then on had a direct connection between the sea and harbor areas with sufficient depth. The Nieuwe Waterweg has since been deepened several times. The Nieuwe Waterweg was ready in 1872 and all sorts of industrial activity formed on the banks of this canal. Europort and Maarvlakte extensions. Over the years the port was further developed seaward by building new docks and harbour basins. Rotterdam's harbour territory has been enlarged by the construction of the Europort complex along the mouth of the Nieuwe Waterweg. In the 1970s the port was extended into the sea at the south side of the mouth of the Nieuwe Waterweg by completion of the Maarvlakte, which was built in the North Sea near Hoek van Holland. In the past 5 years the industrialized skyline has been changed by the addition of large numbers of wind turbines taking advantage of the exposed coastal conditions. The construction of a second Maarvlakte received initial political approval in 2004, but was stopped by the Raad van State in 2005, because the plans did not take enough account of environmental issues. On 10 October 2006, however, approval was acquired to start construction in 2008, aiming for the first ship to anchor in 2013. Characteristics. Most important for the Port of Rotterdam are the petrochemical industry and general cargo transshipment handlings. The harbour functions as an important transit point for transport of bulk and other goods between the European continent and other parts of the world. From Rotterdam, goods are transported by ship, river, barge, train or road. Since 2000 the Betuweroute, a fast cargo railway from Rotterdam to Germany, has been under construction. The Dutch part of this railway opened in 2007. Large oil refineries are located west of the city. The River Maas and Rhine also provide excellent access to the hinterland. 24-meter draft. The EECV key of the port has a draft of 24 meters, making it, along with the terminal of Ponta da Madeira in Brazil, one of only 2 available mooring locations for one of the largest bulk cargo ships in the world. The iron ore bulk carrier MS Burgstaal, when it is fully loaded, The ship's draft of 23 meters leaves only 1 meter of under-keel clearance, therefore it can only dock in a restricted tidal window. Such ships must travel in the Eurogeel. Robotic container operations. Much of the container loading and stacking in the port is handled by autonomous robotic cranes and computer-controlled chariots. The ECT pioneered the development of terminal automation. At the Delta terminal, the chariots, or automated guided vehicles, are unmanned and each carries one container. The chariots navigate their own way around the terminal with the help of a magnetic grid built into the terminal tarmac. Once a container is loaded onto an AGV, it is identified by infrared eyes, and delivered to its designated place within the terminal. This terminal is also named the Ghost Terminal. Unmanned automated stacking cranes take containers from the AGVs and store them in the stacking yard. The newer Euromax terminal implements an evolution of this design that eliminates the use of straddle carriers for the landside operations. Administration. The port is operated by the Port of Rotterdam Authority, originally a municipal body of the municipality of Rotterdam, but since 1 January 2004, a government corporation jointly owned by the municipality of Rotterdam and the Dutch state. Flood barriers. The Port of Rotterdam and its surrounding area is susceptible to a storm surge from the North Sea. In the Delta Works flood protection plan, various options have been considered for protecting Rotterdam. Finally, a unique design was built, the Maaslankering. This flood barrier consists of two huge doors that normally rest in a dry dock besides the newer water weg. When a flood of 3 meters above NAP is predicted, the gates are floated into position, like caissons, and sunk in place. When the water level recedes enough to open the gates, they are floated back into their docks. Another barrier, the Hartelkering, is situated in the Hartelkanaal.